how are we doing? So right after the gym, I went Tesco and then I went B&Q and I got a lot of food. And I think I haven't actually shown you guys or described what my diet is in a while. If you're not aware, I'm a banker based in London and I more or less hybrid training quotes, right? I'm that hybrid high rocks training. No high rocks, but I hybrid train, right? I run and I lift and I do cardio. Since when is doing a form of cardio mean you're a hybrid athlete? Ignore me, but I'll go over what my food shop was, literally everything I consume in a day to fuel my workouts and also to keep me lean and give me some energy for the gruesome work I do on my laptop. Firstly, the principle behind my diet is I eat enough to fuel my training and recover. Number two, I believe that you should always be eating in a slight calorie deficit if you're not sub 10% body fat, because clearly you have fat you should lose, and excess fat on the body is not good, right? If you have no visible abs, and I mean actual visible abs, not that you can kind of see an outline. If you have no visible abs, eat in a slight calorie deficit, which I do even though I have visible abs. And lastly, there's research out there showing that overconsumption of food is one of the contributors to people dying early, right? It doesn't even mean that people are overeating. It just shows that people that restrict their calorie intake live longer. I think this was done as a study in Japan, which I think makes sense, right? So let's go over my carbs, protein, and fats, right? And the first thing you see on my left is different protein sources, and on my right, I only have one carb source. But let's explain it, right? In my mind, you only need carbs for recovery and for energy, right? Carbs in of themselves have no real micronutrients. They don't do anything for the body apart from giving you energy, right? Which is why for me, carb is not a priority, right? Because without carbs, you will still live. I promise you, right? People are on keto diets and they're still alive. So without carbs, you will live. Now let's go on to the left, right? What protein sources do I use? Most of the time, I'm eating chicken. I eat around 5 kilos of chicken thigh every week, and this is skinless and boneless. I don't believe in fat-free products. I don't eat chicken breast. I don't eat only egg whites. I don't believe in fat-free anything, because in my mind, this fat-free whatever was created just so that people can have more calories in a day to fill up with sugar and carbs, right? In my mind, it's all a psyop. So chicken is my main protein source. And as you can tell, I also love myself some nice eggs. I'm gonna try these out. I eat around 6 eggs a day. And then occasionally I will have some steak. This is some British ribeye steak, which I will have today. And of course, I have milk, which I have in my coffee. And more or less sometimes I just drink milk because why not, right? So all in all, protein sources are very basic. Chicken, egg, steak, milk, right? Nothing fancy. We move over to my right-hand side, and the only carb source you see is potatoes, right? Now I could have rice, but sometimes it takes a while to boil, and potatoes have less calories per gram, so I feel a lot fuller when having them, which is why I have potatoes. Condiment-wise, of course, ketchup, which we all use. Seasoning for the chicken, which is quite needed. Also my day, I have a lot of coffee given my intense job, which is intense, but not really intense, but is intense. So I always try and buy some new coffee. This is coffee that my sister got me from Bali. It's Cantique. It's meant to be good. I'll try it out today. I have honey as well in my coffee because why not? And I'm starting to have tea more just because I'm trying to cut down on my coffee intake, which has not been working. And for fats, I mainly use olive oil. Now, I'm no olive oil expert, but what I know is olive oil in a bottle is better than olive oil in plastic. And also make sure the bottle is dark and make sure it's extra virgin. Listen, I just buy this brand, I've not died, that's all I know, right? And people would ask me, how many calories are you on? And all that fun stuff, right? So for me, my body doesn't need a lot of calories. Like I'm 6'2", currently 95 kilos, very lean. I'm eating around 2.5k calories. I don't need to eat that much, right? When I competed 2 years ago, or even when I was in very good shape last year, I was eating around 2,000 calories and that was getting me shredded. So again, I don't need more than 3k calories really, and probably you watching this doesn't as well. If you're not very lean, then you should probably just eat in a slight calorie deficit, which is what I do. So for me, that is 2,500 calories. My carbs stay around 250 or even around 200 sometimes. Rest day versus training day, I don't change anything. I eat the same food because I'm training like twice a day on the days I train. So on my rest days, I'm really trying to recover from those training days. And yeah, that's all. This might be boring to some people, but to me, Monday to Friday, this is all I eat. On the weekends, I might go out and have something different or a bit of whiskey, right? I'm not here to teach or preach purity and say you must eat clean food forever. But what I would say is eating only clean food is better than eating clean food and some junk, right? And as long as you're aware that you being good 80% of the time and 20% bad is not the best or not the most optimal decision, as long as you're aware of that, that you want to enjoy your life, you want to live life, that's fine. But don't have any sort of cognitive dissonance that alcohol or the pancakes or the processed shit you're eating is somehow good for you. It's not, but that's fine, right? As long as you're aware it's not, and you're making the decision to eat it, that's fine. That's why we all have free will, kinda. Eat what you want, but be aware of what the impact will be. Yo, time for lunch. I am very hungry, as usual. The sun just left. Let me put on some lights. Boom! Okay, gonna have some potatoes. Shock. These are British Jersey Royals, right? I mean, they look good. So, if they're shit, I'll let you know. And if the money I wasted again. So, of course you're gonna take advice from someone that eats the same stuff over and over, but potatoes, it's not really science to make, right? Even though these are sort of baby ones, I will cut them up, wash it, add some olive oil, some salt, stick it in the new air fryer, and that's it. I should weigh them, right? I'm gonna have 250 grams of potato. And you would ask, do you need to weigh your food? I've done it since university. That to me, it's like there's no difference. Carbs, I weigh out. Chicken, I just take 2 chicken each meal. So I need 200 grams or 250 grams of potato. That's 212. Now, I should not add this one because it'll pull me over, but 309. It's okay. I won't die. Oh man. You know what? I've meant to have been editing a video, but I've been so stop and start today with work. I can hear the comments already. Well, not the comments, not my comment, because you guys are real G's. Some different YouTube comments, they'll be like, take it easy on yourself, it's alright. Nah, man. Excellence waits for no man or woman. Like right now, I'm always filming 2 videos in one. I'm filming like a full day of eating. I just decided to do it randomly. And I'm also filming like this part of the moving vlog, moving diaries, right? Because everyone on YouTube makes their diaries for whatever reason, I don't know. Hopefully these potatoes are good. I have no idea if they will be, but it's a potato, man. They always are good. So, I'm gonna wash this Add some olive oil and some salt, and we're ready to cook. Fill For protein, I'm gonna have some steak and eggs. This is ribeye steak. Ooh, groundbreaking, right? It's food or nutrition is literally very simple. Some people online have to complicate it so they can sell you stuff. So food finally ready, 1 ribeye steak, 2 eggs, and 250 grams of baby potatoes. Quick comment on this new Sage air fryer. Takes a bit longer to cook than the Ninja one I had before, which is not a bad thing, but the Ninja one before would take like 10 minutes, right? This took like 15 and a bit, which is not the end of the world, but it's something to keep in mind when I'm making food before I go to work, right? But no, meal looks good. I am really hungry. We'll try and get some work done, and I'll put the calories for this meal on the screen, and I'll see you guys when it's time for dinner, I guess. A few hours have gone by and I've done no work still, but it's time for dinner. And before my dinner, I always take my supplements. And if you can't tell, I am obviously natural, so it's not really supplements, right? It's not the real shit. It's some fake pills, but I'll show you guys what I take for my supplements. I would also say you guys should get a pill box. It just makes life a lot easier. So that way you can organize your pills for the whole week and you don't have to more or less fidget every day. But I'll quickly show you guys what I take, right? So I can make this a bit more cinematic, but I'm just tired, right? Vitamin D, join in. I think that's everything. Join in. Do I have, oh yeah, I have no elderberry left. And when it comes to supplements, vitamin C, pre-workout, in order for it to be effective, you need to get the right dosage, right? A lot of brands underdose most of the supplements. So I would say this is a big ask, but do some research, find out what amount of vitamin C has been shown to be effective in helping people recover from illness or not get sick, right? There's different research out there. Now, that's a big ask, right? So for me, I am not sponsored, but supplement needs, this brand, if we to focus on it, this brand, the person that formulated the supplements is Dr. Dean. He has a PhD in organic biochemistry, really smart guy. I trust the supplements he makes, but sometimes they might be a bit pricey. So what I'll do is, for example, vitamin C, if I want to buy vitamin C from a cheaper place, I'll just check what the dosage is. And if vitamin C is meant to be 3,000 milligrams, I will make sure I take 3,000 milligrams of this, right? And that way also you can see, is it actually cheaper or more expensive per gram, right? So first supplement I take, vitamin C. Do I need to talk about why this is important? Not really, it works, right? It's been shown to improve recovery, stop you from getting sick. If you take it just before you get an illness or a virus, it's been shown to suppress that. So literally, one supplement you must take is vitamin C, right? Next one, vitamin D. Again, do your research or just check this brand and find the minimum and find the right dose required. And because I lift heavy, I'm so jacked, I take a joint supplement. Again, this is from Train by JP, not sponsored, but it works well. Fish oil, because there's no fish in my diet and I need some omega-3, so I take a fish oil again. And also I take curcumin, which is more or less turmeric. Again, this will help with inflammation, joint pain. As you can tell, a lot of my stuff is geared towards me always getting injured. In addition to these, I also take elderberry, which I've run out of. And also, I think that's everything, right? CD. Before, I used to take a multivitamin, but I've stopped taking it because I really don't need it. And this is literally all my supplements I take every single week. I don't take creatine because honestly, with it in or out, I noticed zero difference, which is what it is. Obviously, I take pre-workout, I take an electrolyte powder, and that's more or less supplements covered, right? Now for dinner, I more or less ordered some food. I have some oven-baked chips and more or less a steak sourdough sandwich. The sandwich, I reckon, is around 700 calories. The chips, probably around 200. So all in all, I'll say this meal is more or less 1,000 calories. And yeah, I tend to eat my heaviest meal late just because I train in the morning and I don't eat before I train. So in my mind, it makes sense. Also, we have our biggest cravings in the night. So if you can go throughout the whole day and not eat that much at night, you can then eat within your calorie goal and you don't crave stuff because you're full, right? So that's why I eat like this at night. And eating late at night doesn't impact my sleep. I sleep fine. I sleep completely fine because I'm really tired, but you know, hope you found this video useful. If you did, like the video. Actually like the video, subscribe. This was a full day of eating, literally showing you guys you can eat stuff like this and look in good shape, right? I'm not saying I'm in good shape. I'll let you decide if I am or not. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. Subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.